Now, crews in Avoyelles Parish are cleaning up a quarter-mile of a highway following a train derailment.
Colin Vidros joins us live at the scene with more. And Colin, what can you tell us right now?
Well, Ben and Joe, guys, there's going to be expected to be a lot of cleanup over the next couple days as a train derailment happened just outside of the village of Moorville. So take a look at your screen and what you can see right now. So this is according to the Avoyelles Parish Sheriff's Office. They responded to the derailment at around 6:33 this morning. Now, officials have confirmed that there are no reports of injuries and no reports of fire. Now, some of the agencies on scene include Louisiana State Police, the State Department of Environmental Quality, the Avoyelles Parish Sheriff's Office, and local fire departments trying to help out the scene, trying to mitigate the situation. Now, both Avoyelles High School and Sacred Heart Catholic High School are closed today, and that's out of abundance of caution. And a shelter is in place at the Moorville Community Center as well. Now, LSP is leading the investigation, and they say the HAZMAT crews with Canadian Pacific are currently working on cleanup of the hazardous materials around where the train was derailed. Now, here's a statement from CPKC they released about the derailment today, saying in part, quote, preliminary assessment is that for 4 locomotives and approximately 30 rail cars are involved, and there are no reports of injuries, and there is no fire like we just mentioned. And there are hazardous materials cars involved in the derailment, and 3 cars loaded with propylene, a flammable gas, and 2 with ethylene glycol, a flammable liquid. Now, they had 2 empty cars that last contained hazardous materials that are also involved. Now, local officials, emergency officials, have initiated an evacuation of the immediate area, and the cause is still under investigation. Again, we're not sure exactly what exactly happened here, but we'll continue to follow the latest on this as it develops, and you can find that full statement over on our website. Now, I did speak with Moorville Mayor about the situation and what their message is to residents. We'll bring on that later in the show, but for now, reporting live outside of Moorville here in Avoyelles Parish, Colin Vidros, for News 5. Ben and Joe, we'll send it back to you guys.